Hey guys, excuse the moody sort of background. It is officially winter in Melbourne and it is not super enjoyable and the sun goes down very quickly or just doesn't come up at all. Welcome to another YouTube video. Welcome back if you've been to my channel before. I have a food blog, The Big Man's World, which that's where you might have come from, but we are using YouTube to show more behind the scenes or just have a bit of fun with it. I've been really getting into some of the requests that I've had, which has been doing what I eat in a day, but like focusing on something specific. I did fiber last week, in the video that I shared last week. And this week I am doing a what I eat in a day, but focusing on protein, which is something that I think a lot of people can get too hyper focused on. But as someone that I regularly do weightlifting, I don't really do cardio except for sort of walking my dog, which actually ends up adding up quite a fair bit, which I will do actually in another video, which is tracking my macros, which is something that I've just started doing because a mate of mine and I have started training together or are about to start training. And it's something that I want to focus on. I want to be able to sort of put on some mass. And yeah, like a really big part of that is focusing on calories in, calories out. But that is for another video. Today, it's all about protein, which sort of is a bit related to that. But yes, I just feel like I've rambled, but it's so easy to get hyper-focused on protein, but when you sort of analyze what you're eating in the day, you kind of can be not eating enough or choosing foods, as you'll see in this video, that actually don't really have much protein in them. So we're gonna do a full day of eating where I do make a valiant effort to try and get as much protein in where I can. Besides, I think maybe 1 or 2 meals, this is actually quite standard for me in terms of the food that I eat on a daily basis. So hope you enjoy the video. It was really eye-opening, and yeah, I will touch base with you at the end. Morning, guys. Bright and early. Excuse the messy bed hair. Been up for a couple of hours. It's about 9 now, so I'm going to start making breakfast. I don't usually eat as soon as I get up. I've never been that kind of person, even as a kid. I'm pretty sure most of the time before school, I would have like a bite of a banana or something. just never a fan. But now I do. We are going to make some breakfast, and because it is a high protein day of eating, I'm going to show you where I'm adding more protein or which part of the meal most of the protein is coming from, because as I sort of explained, I'm kind of into weightlifting and stuff like that, so protein is really important. And yeah, kind of like the fiber video, this one we are making sure we're getting lots of it in. So let's see what goes into the bowl of oats to make sure it is a protein packed powerhouse. Okay, so this is a pretty standard breakfast, but I'll just show you what I'm putting in there. I used to eat a lot of protein powder, as in like every single day I'd add it to my oats and things like that. Probably hear QB crying in the other room. I feel like they're just not the best. Like, I mean, obviously they're really high in protein, but they use like fake sugars and like all these artificial flavors to make it taste really good. I mean, they did, they did taste really, really good, but at what cost, right? So now I don't have any protein powder. I mean, I did try an unsweetened one, like a plain one, and it was vile. It's really good for baking and stuff like that, but I would not put it in oats. Like, it just absolutely ruined them. So we are having, again, instant oats, which I'm just making my way through this box of them, but they are higher in protein than your standard pack of oats, and they're a bigger serving. These are called like the big bowl ones, because usually a pack of oats there isn't much to it. So that is 10 grams of protein. I just forgot the other thing that I was gonna have, which is this. It's a newer milk. I don't Usually, I don't drink it on its own because, again, I don't think it tastes great on its own, but it's great in oats. For a cup serving, so 1 cup is 10 grams of protein as well. I don't usually use a full cup in these, otherwise it'd be a bit soupy. But I'll use maybe 3/4, so we'll say 7.5 grams of protein in that. And then there's another thing I've forgotten as well. Great, I'm just forgetting everything. But I also add some peanut butter. This is what I really like. It's dark roasted, smooth with a bit of salt. Always need a bit of salt. I usually add like a spoonful, maybe like a tablespoon and a half, maybe 2 tablespoons ish. So about 5 grams of protein for a tablespoon. So I'm saying like, let's say 1.5. So let's say 7.5 grams of protein in that. And the last thing, which I didn't bring out from the start because I was like, oh, it's probably not high in protein, but it probably is chia seeds. So I usually add a spoonful of this as well, which would be 3.5 grams of protein. So I'll do the maths later. I'm going to make this up. I'm going to usually add some berries to it as well. So I'll probably add some raspberries. I really don't think there's any protein in that, but if there is, I will mention it. So I'm going to make this and touch base with you in a tick. So here we go. These are the oats. There's the chia seeds, peanut butter mixed in, and frozen raspberries on top. Time to dig in. And it is lunchtime now. So you've seen I've had my breakfast, and then I don't really snack between... there we go. Let's set this up. I don't really snack between breakfast and lunch, really. But I do... He has seen something outside. I usually have a cappuccino. So I guess, I mean, that does have protein in it because I do get either skim or whole milk. I don't really like milky coffees with almond milk or oat milk and things like that. I just can't really taste it. Maybe it's the almond milk in Australia, but it just doesn't have any flavor. It tastes like water. So I usually get whole milk or skim milk, usually like a small or medium size. If I go to a coffee shop, I'd get like a large, like like Starbucks or something. I usually do get a large one there because their size is a bit weird. And I think I had a look before, and usually, even if you use skim or whole milk, the protein content is usually the same, and it's about 7 or 8 grams of protein. I do add usually half a sugar or 1 sugar, but that has no protein in it. Anyway, we're gonna make some lunch now. I'm gonna probably have like sourdough toast with avocado and either some chicken or some eggs. I think today I'm gonna do fried eggs because I don't have any chicken cooked. So let's make that. Okay, so this camera is really well situated. That's my freezer. But usually when I buy sourdough bread, I don't eat it. I don't eat the whole loaf within a appropriate amount of time frame for it to still taste fresh. So I usually freeze it. I've got the bread here. Okay, got the bread there, and I've got an avocado. I've got 2 avocados. I'll have whichever the one is most... this one. Definitely this one. Most ripe. I forgot. I've also got some of this, which is that tofu. I think I showed you in another video. I still haven't eaten it yet, but it looks okay. But I think I'm going to do fried eggs. Yes, we've got eggs. Sweet. would have been a bit worried if we didn't have eggs. One, two, I'll fry usually 2 eggs. Ooh, 2 eggs. I think that is all I need. Because the bread is frozen, what I usually like to do is microwave it for like 30 seconds to, I guess, sort of defrost it. And then, so this toaster that I have, it's good, but it toasts weirdly. I think it's like the layout of it. Like it toasts the side really, really well, almost golden brown. And then but the middle is a bit soft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put it in the air fryer. I'll do the same thing. So let's make this now. So I've just been doing a bit of work. It's about mid-afternoon now and time for a snack. It really depends day by day. You might see QB in the background. Depends day by day. I sometimes would snack between lunch and dinner. It really depends. Usually if I'm not super hungry, I would literally have like some chocolate in the fridge. I'll show you that later. But today I worked out this morning, as I mentioned before. So usually like the days that I work out in the morning, I do get a little bit peckish in the afternoon. So I thought we'd have a snack, and I always have lots of snacks at home. If I don't have something homemade, I usually resort to something that is from a box. And because we're in the studio house at the moment, I don't have many homemade snacks here at all, but I do have lots of packaged snacks, including lots of granola bars. I do enjoy a granola bar as a snack between meals. Granted, the ones that I do have are definitely not the healthiest that you can get, but I reckon they are the tastiest. Like the Nature Valley crunchy granola bars. These are definitely more, I wouldn't say dessert, but like super sweet. 1 second. Just know my Kewpie was having a little sook. These are definitely, yeah. I mean, it's fine as a snack, but like they're quite sweet. But I, to be honest, don't really look at the nutrition profile of them. I kind of go off what sounds nice, and anything peanut butter always is good. This one was dark chocolate, almond, and sea salt. To be honest, I've had these and I really am not a fan. Once these are finished, I definitely will not be getting them again. If you think these are hard and crunchy to eat, these are even worse. I almost broke my tooth eating one of these. I definitely will not be snacking on one of them now, but maybe one of these. Just curious how much protein is in it. All right. Oh, really not much at all. So about four-ish grams. I guess because I'm focusing on a high protein day of eats, I should probably pick whatever has the highest amount maybe. Carmen's, I don't mind Carmen's. This is a different one. This was a PR package sent to me. Brownie with chocolate, Aussie oat bar. Yeah, I don't think I have tried this, to be honest. 3 grams of protein. Yeah, but you know what? I don't think I've tried this. I might actually try that. What other ones do I have in here? Peanut butter milk chocolate. The peanut butter milk chocolate ones are these. See, I got a bunch of them as well in a PR package. Really not a fan of them. I definitely won't be having that. Yeah, okay. Looks like we'll be having this one, but it is a little bit on the smaller side, so I might have to have 2. We'll see. Brownie with chocolate Aussie oat bar. Alright, so that's what it looks like. Okay, when I make homemade granola bars, they definitely look a lot nicer than this. And, well, let's taste it. Well, I can definitely say it does not taste a thing like a brownie. Not very sweet. And not... I feel like this must be really healthy. Because it's really, really chewy. And I know there's oats in it, but... usually granola bars are a little less chewy. They're meant to be like softer. Well, that's good. So the first ingredient is whole grain oats, but it's like 40% oats, which is, I feel like for a granola bar, it's really high because usually there's like honey or sugar or sweeteners and stuff to really thicken it up. Condensed milk. Okay, so I mean, it tastes really healthy, but the ingredients don't look very healthy at all. So there's obviously sugar, dark chocolate, invert sugar, condensed milk. Interesting. Well, I'm not one to waste food. I will finish this off and I won't be eating this again. I feel like the next What I Eat in the Day video, we should definitely get some better snacks for the work studio house. But wait, what we've got. I'll see you later for dinner. And it's nighttime and it is super dark everywhere. But it's also dinner time. So for the high protein dinner, we are actually going to have pizza. And it was inspired by probably one of my favorite pizza bases that's not homemade. It is these. So let me just say this off the bat. but it says low carb on there. These guys clearly have no idea what low carb means. I think just because it is high in protein, they think it is a low carb base. It's definitely not low carb. I mean, the first ingredient I'm pretty sure is wheat flour. But I think what they mean is it's higher in protein. So what's really good about this is, so there's 4 servings in a pack, and each serving, so 4 big slices, so a quarter of the pizza, it's 10 grams of protein. Full disclosure, I have a huge appetite and I ate one of these for myself. So a whole pizza, so that's already 42 grams of protein. And then I add, of course, cheese. And I also add usually chicken. So that is going to make this a protein powerhouse. I'm not going to show you the process of me adding the toppings on there because it's just adding toppings, but I'll show you the result before and after it goes in the oven. But yeah, a quick and easy high protein dinner. And how often do you hear protein and pizza together? I mean, I do have a protein pizza recipe on my website, which is the one that I make when I've got Greek yogurt on hand. I don't really feel like rolling out the flour and all that sort of stuff. So this is a good substitute. And I find it tastes a little bit more like a pizza, but let's keep that to ourselves. Yeah, if you want like a truly low carb pizza, I'll add a few links of some of my favorite recipes from my site. I've got a keto pizza that is, I think it's got like over 1,000 people have given it a 5-star review. It is that good, and especially following a low carb diet. Like I don't follow a low carb diet, so I wouldn't be like, I want to make that pizza every day. But you know, if I had those ingredients and I didn't have anything else to make pizza with, I would make it, and it is sensational. All right, I'm gonna make this now, and let's touch base in a bit when I put it in the oven. Okay, it's definitely gotten a little bit darker now as I filmed this outro. So I also wanted to touch base on the final meal. Second last meal, actually. So those pizzas were delicious. One of them was chicken and vegetables. Oh, if you hear that growling, it's just Cupie down here. Cupie! And he's got his little tennis ball, which he wants to play. Anyway, they were delicious. The other one was burrata with mushrooms. Really, really yummy. Very, very high in protein, which I'm going to tell you right now. That pizza base is so high in protein. And then once you add those toppings as well, it was 92 grams of protein in that dinner, which is astronomical for a meal. And a lot of people don't even get that much in a day. I think it's not super normal to have that pizza base as your pizza base of choice. So it was like a obvious, a choice to have that rather, which added all that extra protein. But I wanted to touch on, oh, Cupie growling there, touch on what the calories were for the whole day. Not calories, so the protein was. So for that whole day of eating, and I'm going to include what I had after dinner. I had a Maxibon, which is this sort of like ice cream sandwich. One side of it, it's like a sandwich, ice cream sandwich. The other side is like chocolate covered ice cream. Really delicious. Only 4 grams, 3.5 grams of protein in, actually, which for a dessert, I feel like is okay because they don't usually have protein in them. But anyway, so for the full day, it was 166 grams of protein, which is really high and higher than I expected, and also isn't a typical amount I would eat if I wasn't really paying attention to it. So yeah, and most of that came from dinner and breakfast. Lunch was the eggs, 12 grams of protein in the eggs. But like the bread and avocado, there's not really much of that. And so yeah, that was really interesting, and a lot higher than I expected. And it was just interesting, like how you can really make it as high as you sort of want by just little changes. Like we used the protein milk, we used a high protein yogurt, the pizza base, a high protein pizza base. So if watching your protein or making sure you're getting a higher amount of protein per day is important to you, I think it's quite an easy thing to do. I'm looking forward for you guys to see the next video where I'm actually going to track what I eat and aiming to meet a caloric goal, because again, protein becomes important, but not as important. And I know that sounds a bit weird when you think of weightlifting, you think protein, but with what I'm planning to do, it's actually carbs that are going to make the biggest impact for me. But we'll discuss that on the next video. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for whoever requested this specific one. We did fiber, we did protein. Next one will be calorie specific. But if you've got any other any requests or anything, just leave a comment below. Let me know, introduce yourself, or tell me what your favorite way to get protein is. Protein powder, chicken, milk, yogurt. I'm all ears, and I'm keen to hear some other perspectives. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will see you on the next video. And I think Koopy wants to say bye too. Do you want to say bye, or do you want to play ball? You don't want to say bye? No? You're shaking your head? No?